Hi Taurus, welcome to your month ahead tarot for the month of June 2019. Welcome, this is me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you. Thank you so much for all of your support. It truly means the world. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the month ahead has in store for you. So what are your actions and interactions with the world at large? What are you doing this month? Let's have a look, see Taurus, what is going on for you? This month you get the King of Wands, right? So you are putting yourself out there in a really big way. The King of Wands, a fire sign male usually, would be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. This is somebody that is fun, vibrant, feisty, somebody that says what they mean and means what they say, right? They are absolutely clear cut. The earth signs and the fire signs are probably the most sort of what I would call direct. The water signs and the air signs tend to, the air signs tend to think about what they're saying a bit more, so they'll be logical and analytical, whereas the water signs, they got that kind of meander going on, right? But the King of Wands is basically saying your actions and interactions with the world at large this month are talking about you doing the work of putting yourself out there, putting your unique perspective out there, voicing your opinions, showing people who you truly are and what it is that you have to offer. The thing about the King of Wands, he is not afraid to be seen. He is not afraid to speak his mind. He is not afraid to ultimately to clash with people's opinions if he has to, right? He's like a very mini version of the Emperor. So in this way, he's able to say, look, you know what? I don't care if this necessarily, it's not about I don't care if I upset you. I mean, Taurus doesn't really care. I love you, I do. It's not so much that you're that you're saying, oh, fuck it, I don't care how anybody else feels. This is about saying, look, you know what, even if it means that I have to disagree with you and my opinion is unpopular, I am happy to speak my mind and I'm ultimately going to speak my truth, regardless of what it costs me. So sometimes in that way, the King of Wands is about going to war for what you truly believe. And that doesn't, nowadays it's not all about donning your swords and picking up your guns, and it doesn't have to be all of that. Sometimes going to war for something just means digging your heels in and saying, look, that's not an opinion that I agree with and this is what I truly think, right? I don't feel like you'll have too much of that this month, but I do feel like you are very much like, yeah, this is me, I'm here, I'm ready to stand up and be counted. I'm ready to be heard and ultimately to be seen for all that I am this month. Lovely, love that, right? Love that. It's blowing your own trumpet and your own horn, letting people know what is so bloody fantastic about you. And there is so much, let's be honest. Money and materials, Six of Cups, beautiful card, right? So this is about old ideas when it comes to money. So if you are, especially if you're a business owner and you do sales and stuff, like similar things to what I do, then sales are going to be really good this month because you're looking backward. It's kind of like you're looking at what has been previously successful. So you're looking over all of those things and saying, right, okay, what was the formula that I used in order to make that kind of that success or that money? And also for those of you that work for companies, this can see you really sorry, I've got this really itchy nose at the moment. It's driving me mad. With the Six of Cups and as your money and materials, if you work for somebody, so if you have a boss, if you work for a company, the message that's coming through here is remember why you started. Remember why you picked that company. This is about getting back to really enjoying what you do for work and ultimately enjoying making your money and being okay with that, really being okay with it. In terms of physical health and vitality, picking up a sport. So you've got King of Wands doing something, action, a sport that you used to enjoy, Six of Cups. So that's how you see, like, this is the past and things looking backward. A sport that you used to enjoy, a hobby that you used to have, something that you haven't done for a while. If you want to get your health up to par, pick up that racket, pick up those shoes, pick up those ice skates, like whatever it is, you know, get back to it. There's obviously something going on. And yeah, for your home, because obviously your money and materials can also represent your home and your health, this is basically saying that you'll just be enjoying your home this month more so than usual, right? You'll just have this feel of like, yeah, let's invite people round, you know, lots of all of that sort of stuff going on. And also, you know, we're heading into barbecue season, so enjoy it while it lasts. I mean, especially us here in the UK. That's why whenever we get like even the slightest bit of sunshine, straight away the shorts and vests come out, because we don't know how long it's going to bloody last. That's why when we had last year's summer that was like, you know, heat that threatened to end all life, we were like, oh my gosh, I can't stand it, because we're not used to having that kind of heat for that amount of time. So enjoy it while it lasts. Anyway, I digress. Your communications with the world at large, you've got the Three of Wands. You've got to think bigger this month, right? No more playing small, my darlings, my beautiful Taurians. I just dropped like a whole deck there. So no more playing small this month, right? This is a month for you to really think outside the box. When it comes to your communications, you've got to start reaching out far and wide. Get in contact with people that you used to know, people that you used to work with, old colleagues. Lots and lots of networking this month, and you really need to think about networking beyond what you think is networking. So if you sort of, you know, if networking to you is I'll reach out to 100 people, think bigger than that and go for 500, right? It's about thinking bigger, but it also asks you to think outside the box. If you work in a store or you own a store, think about how you can reach more people or get more people through the door by doing something online, right? And vice versa. If you've got something online, how can you change that demographic? How can you reach different or new people, right? This is really asking you to think outside the proverbial box and to take it further. It also suggests that communications are really light-hearted, lots of fun, lots of laughter. With the Six of Cups there, lots of goofing around as well. Like, I've, you know, like, whenever I hear the word goof, that's what I think of. I don't know why. The kid from Recess that used to, you know, the mouth breathing kid, but he was great. So yeah, goofing. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, Raph, what are you doing? So lots of having fun, lots of goofing around, lots of laughter. It's a really great month for communications, and actually a month where people can receive you really well, because you're doing this whole King of Wands thing, and then you've got the Three of Wands there, which is kind of like, okay, how can I reach more people and how can I have fun doing it and more enjoyment and mirth? Personal relationships, you've got the Six of Swords. If you've been having, right, so if you're in a relationship and you've been having a bit of an iffy time of it, this is where you move into much better times, much more enjoyment, much more laughter. This is where things start to balance out and regulate a bit more. And actually, this is the words that I'm hearing are, for those of you that are coupled, this is about you coming into a time where you can shoulder and share the responsibility more so than you have before, or certainly more so than you have, you know, in the last few, say 3 to 4 months, I will say, not necessarily 6. So, you know, if that's coming through, and that reaches for you, yeah, if you've been having issues in your relationship, you're definitely moving towards much better times. June is going to be a lot more enjoyable for you. If you are single, it suggests that on some kind of trip, some kind of journey, whether that's overseas, whether it's a holiday that you've got booked, if you're single and you're going away, I don't think that this, I mean, you'll definitely have, like, you know, a holiday romance, but it kind of suggests that it has the potential to turn into more. So be open to that this month. You know, if you're going on holiday this month, really just be open to whoever it is that comes your way, because the chances are they might end up, you know, even if they just end up being somebody that you write to and you go to visit each other every so often, it will become more than what it starts out as. You know, even if you're not going on holiday, there's a lot of enjoyment to be had for you single people. And I mean like a lot of enjoyment, if you know what I'm saying. With that said, sorry, I'm such a dork. With that said, your first week of the month, what's going on? You've got the Empress. Look at that. You are living and sitting in your power. You are ultimately being seen and heard for who you truly are. The King of Wands sees you driving to get yourself out there in front of more people. The Empress is basically coming forward to say, well, yeah, you know what? And not only am I doing that, but I'm putting my best foot forward. So who you are is really going to translate this month. People are just going to get you, and they're actually going to receive you really well, because it's not like you're coming off as cocky, or you're coming off as confident but not cocky, and you're coming across as really knowing what you're talking about, but also being a lot of fun, somebody that people can really relate to. And I really like this. You're having a great first week of June. It's looking lovely. So your second week of the month, you've got the Hanged Man, right? So the second week of the month, especially as it's underneath the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups is not a fast card. It's a slow, take it easy, take it in, enjoy it sort of energy. And with the Hanged Man, it asks you to slow down, to take it easy. In fact, this whole month, really, although it's very dynamic in the way that you're approaching it, it's got that sort of ease and chill to it. You know, the second week of the month as well. The only thing that I will say to you is, for those of you that have children, it looks like you're spending a lot of time with them and working through some stuff with them. Not necessarily bad stuff. When I say working through things, it could be anything from you know, extra homework. I mean, we're coming up to exam season, so that makes sense for a lot of you if you have children. For those of you that don't, this could be a time where you're getting a bit more spiritual, or you're picking up a practice that is spiritual in nature that you haven't done for a while, right? So I really like that, actually. It's a really good thought, you know, because the Six of Cups past, backward, looking backwards, and then the spirituality of the Hanged Man, some sort of old spiritual practice that you used to do, whether it's ancestor work, is a big one for those two cards together. I mean, if you used to have an ancestor altar, or you know, you want to get back into that, or doing the process of gratituding, anything like that is really good for you this month, especially in this second week. You'll be tapped into it quite nicely. So the third week of the month, what's going on? You got Justice, right? So Justice sees you making a decision. This is about really coming out of your shell, and there's something that I feel like some of you have something that you're either going to launch or something that you're going to present. The Justice card is where you make that decision to say, actually, you know what, I'm ready to do this, and I'm ready to do it now. Underneath the Three of Wands, it really does say that communications are going to be fantastic this month. And for those of you that work in sales, you know, marketing or anything like that, it's going to be a really good month. I mean, the commission's going to be really, really nice. For those of you that work, you know, for yourselves in similar things to what I do, or something that has a similar model to what I do, this looks like a really good month. And actually, it looks like you've got a lot of sign-ups. So if you're doing something where people have to sign up, it's looking really good, really, really good. And then your fourth week of the month, what's happening for all that? Let's have a look. You got the Death card, right? So this is literally the end of the shit times in your relationship. If you are in a current relationship and you've been having troubles up until now, or things have been, you know, good but not quite as good as they have been, the Death card is basically saying your relationship is changing this month. It's going to evolve. It's going to move into something different. And I feel like a lot of that is because you are a lot more at ease within yourself this month, and more ready to be counted, to be seen, to be heard. The Death card underneath the Six of Swords, also, for those of you that are single, this really suggests that you have decided you no longer want to be single, which is really, really nice, right? You're tapping into that, okay, what are my true desires? And again, going back to those of you that are coupled, you know, this is you moving in towards better times, and the Death card is basically saying that's the end of the shit. That's the end of the stuff. So you're coming to the end of that difficult period now, which is really, really nice. You know, that's exactly what you want to hear. So let's have a look, see at your key to the month. What is your key to the month? Key to the month. Oh, okay. So you've had the Emperor jump out. It's all about you, my dear Taurus. It's all about you. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because I talked about the Emperor when I saw the King of Wands. You've got an Aries male. A fire sign man is going to feature for all of you this month. Somebody, and this is going to be somebody that's be really beneficial for you. It's probably going to be somebody that you either learn a lot from, or somebody that has, you know, is connected to establishments in some way. This could be a head of a company, a CEO, somebody like that. It could also be somebody that has a really fantastic networking, all of that stuff to tap you into. And the Emperor, because, you know, this can also represent schools, institution, banks, hospitals, houses of law, all of that sort of stuff. And the fact that it's your key to the month is really, truly be yourself. Don't embellish. Don't undersell yourself. Literally show people exactly what and who you are, and you will be putting your best foot forward, and you will be received in an amazing way. Like, people will really, really see you this month. And this guy, this person, very likely an Aries, but fire sign male, or somebody that has a lot of those traits. And you'll know this person because they have that respect. Not just for themselves, but also for you. But they're the sort of person, when they walk in, you know that they're there. They command presence. They have that sort of feel to them. And they're gonna be really good for you this month. I really, really like that. So I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. You have a fantastic month. It's because I'm so used to doing the weekly readings. Have a fantastic month. Let me know how it shapes up for you in the comments. Take care, and I will see you very soon for more videos.